Wait, let me ask you something honestly. If communication is so important, why do people still misunderstand each other every single day?
That's exactly why communication is important.
That sounds confusing already.
And that confusion, that's what happens when communication is missing or done wrong.
So you're saying most problems don't start because people are bad, but because they don't talk properly?
Exactly. And once you understand this, your life actually starts changing.
Okay, then explain this to me simply. Why do people think communication is that important?
Because communication is how we share thoughts, feelings, needs, and ideas. Without it, even good intentions turn into problems.
Like when someone says, I'm fine, but they're clearly not?
Perfect example. Words say one thing, feelings say another. Good communication connects both.
But we talk every day with family, friends, teachers. Isn't that enough?
Talking is easy. Communicating is different.
What's the difference?
Talking is speaking words. Communication is making sure the other person understands those words the way you mean them.
So that's why arguments happen over small things.
Yes, one sentence said the wrong way can ruin a whole day.
What about relationships? Why do people say communication is the key there?
Because relationships don't break due to hate, they break due to silence.
Silence.
When people stop sharing what they feel, problems grow quietly. Communication clears misunderstandings before they become walls.
So saying, I feel hurt is better than staying quiet?
Always. Clear words heal faster than silent pain.
How does communication help in learning?
Students who ask questions learn faster. Teachers who explain clearly create confidence.
But some students feel shy.
That's where communication builds courage. The more you speak, the less fear controls you.
So communication also affects confidence.
Directly. When you know how to express yourself, you stop feeling invisible.
That's deep.
Confident people aren't louder, they're clearer.
Is that why successful people focus so much on communication?
Yes, skills get you noticed, communication gets you remembered.
So success isn't only talent.
Talent without communication stays hidden.
You know, conversations like this really make things easier to understand.
That's the goal here.
To the audience, if you're enjoying learning through simple conversations like this,
Make sure you like this video and subscribe to Talk and Learn. We talk, we learn, and we grow together.
real life examples. Give me one real life example.
Two people want the same thing, but they explain it differently. One listens, one doesn't. The listener wins.
So communication is also about listening.
More than speaking.
You explained why communication is important, but if it's so powerful, why do people still mess it up so badly?
Because most communication problems don't come from what we say,
Then where do they come from?
from how we say it and what we assume before saying it.
Tone? You mean the way our voice sounds?
Exactly. The same words can mean two completely different things depending on tone.
Give me an example.
If I say, okay, it can mean, I understand, I'm angry, I don't care.
Wow, just one word, three meanings.
That's the danger. People remember tone more than words.
So even if words are correct, tone can ruin everything?
Yes, a soft message with a harsh tone.
Because speaking makes us feel important. Listening makes us feel patient.
And patience is hard.
Exactly. That's why most people talk a lot, but understand very little.
So what's the real difference between listening and speaking?
Speaking is about expressing yourself. Listening is about understanding someone else.
But when people talk, aren't they listening too?
Most people don't listen to understand. They listen to reply.
Ooh, that hit hard. Is listening really more important than speaking?
Yes, because listening controls the direction of the conversation.
How?
When you listen well, people trust you. And when people trust you, they listen to you when you speak.
What happens when someone only speaks and never listens?
They feel heard, but they don't grow.
So speaking without listening is incomplete.
Exactly. It becomes noise, not communication.
Let's talk about home. Parents, kids, families?
Most family arguments happen because everyone wants to speak at the same time.
Nobody wants to listen first.
Yes, a child says, "You never understand me." A parent says, "You never listen."
So both sides feel unheard.
And both are right.
What about students and teachers?
A good student listens before speaking. A great teacher listens before teaching.
Interesting. Teachers too?
Yes, when teachers listen, students feel safe to speak.
And when students listen?
They learn faster and make fewer mistakes.
Is silence part of listening?
Very much.
But silence feels awkward.
Only for people who are uncomfortable with understanding.
So silence isn't empty.
Silence is full of meaning, if you're listening.
What about listening in relationships? What's more important, speaking feelings or listening to them?
Listening.
Even more than expressing love?
Yes, because when someone feels heard, they feel loved.
That's powerful. What are some common mistakes people make while listening?
3 big ones: interrupting, judging, planning a reply.
So they're not really listening.
They're waiting for their turn to talk.
Okay, teach me. How can someone listen better?
Simple habits. Maintain eye contact. Don't interrupt. Ask clarifying questions. Listen without fixing everything.
Not fixing everything?
Sometimes people want understanding, not solutions.
So should we listen more and speak less?
Listen first, speak second. And when you speak, speak clearly.
That sounds like balance.
That is balance.
Honestly, if people learned this early, life would be easier.
That's why conversations like this matter.
To our viewers, if you're enjoying these real-life communication lessons,
Make sure you like the video and subscribe to Talk and Learn, because learning starts with listening.
so what's the final lesson here?
Speak to express. Listen to understand.
And when we do both properly,
Communication becomes connection.
talk with purpose, listen with heart, learn for life. Hey, do you think kids really need to learn communication too?
Absolutely. In fact, kids need it more than adults sometimes.
Really? But kids just talk with friends or family. Isn't that enough?
Not really. Talking is different from communicating effectively. Kids need to learn how to express themselves clearly, listen, and understand others.
So, why is it so important at their age?
Because communication builds confidence, friendships, problem-solving skills, and emotional intelligence.
Wow, so just talking properly can make a kid more confident?
Yes, kids who communicate well feel heard, respected, and understood.
Do kids make mistakes while communicating too?
Oh, many. Some common ones are interrupting adults or friends, thinking their words matter more, using unclear words, not knowing how to explain feelings, not listening, only thinking about what to say next.
Sounds familiar. I remember doing all of these as a kid.
Exactly. But if they learn the right habits early, these mistakes fade fast.
So, how can kids practice?
A few simple ways: use simple words to explain feelings, ask questions if they don't understand, listen first, then speak, express feelings honestly, like "I feel sad," "I feel happy," etc.
So, even saying I feel frustrated is good?
Yes, expressing emotions clearly is a huge part of learning communication.
Any fun ways to teach kids communication?
Sure. Storytelling games, kids explain what happens next. Role-playing, practice conversations with friends or parents. Emoji feelings, identify emotions using emoji cards. Question of the day, kids ask and answer one question each day.
That sounds fun. Kids might enjoy learning this way.
Exactly. Learning becomes easier when it's fun.
What about school? How should kids communicate with teachers and friends?
With teachers, speak politely, ask questions, and share thoughts. With friends, listen actively, explain feelings, and solve small conflicts together.
So, learning communication early helps in school too?
Big time. It reduces misunderstandings and helps kids build lasting friendships.
Honestly, learning this as a kid would have made my life so much easier.
Exactly. That's why sharing these lessons matters.
Geralt to viewers.
If you're learning these tips for kids or yourself,
Like this video and subscribe to Talk and Learn.
because good communication starts young.
So, communication for kids isn't just talking.
It's learning to express feelings, listen, and connect with others.
And when kids learn this early,
They grow up to be confident, caring, and successful adults.
talk smart,
Listen well.
learn young. Hey, can I ask something tricky? Why do I always feel nervous talking to elders sometimes, even when I know what I want to say?
That's exactly why we need to learn communication with elders. It's not just words, it's respect, tone, and confidence combined.
So, it's different from talking to friends?
Exactly. Talking to elders has its own rules, but it's also very rewarding when done right.
Why is it so important?
Because elders have experience and wisdom. Communicating well allows you to learn faster, gain guidance, show respect, and build trust.
So, even asking questions politely is part of communication?
Yes, asking thoughtful questions shows curiosity and respect.
But people mess up talking to elders sometimes, right?
Many do. Common mistakes are interrupting, even with good intentions, speaking disrespectfully, ignoring tone and words, assuming they won't understand, which is rude, over-explaining, losing patience.
Wow, so it's more than just saying yes and no.
Exactly. Effective communication is about respect, plus clarity, plus listening.
How can someone improve?
Here are some simple tips. Use polite words, please, thank you, may I. Listen carefully, don't just wait to reply. Watch tone, calm and respectful. Ask questions instead of giving orders, it's about discussion, not debate. Acknowledge their experience, show appreciation.
So, even small gestures matter?
Yes, words and actions together create respect.
Give me an example in daily life.
Imagine your elder says, I suggest you study a little more. You could roll your eyes, conflict, or say, thank you, I will consider it. Understanding plus respect.
So, tone plus words plus body language all matter.
Exactly. Emotional communication plus listening equals smooth interaction.
Communication with elders at school or work?
Does this apply to teachers or bosses too? Absolutely. Teachers, principals, and bosses are elders in their context. Respectful tone, active listening, clear questions. These help get guidance and build trust.
So, it's not fear, it's respect.
Yes, fear makes communication weak. Respect makes it strong.
Honestly, knowing this would have saved me from many awkward moments.
Exactly. That's why sharing these lessons matters.
If you're learning to communicate better with elders,
Like this video and subscribe to Talk and Learn. Respectful communication can change your relationships.
so the lesson here is
Speak with clarity, listen with respect, and choose your tone wisely.
and when we do this, elders appreciate us and guide us better.
Exactly.
Together, talk respectfully, listen carefully, learn endlessly. Can I ask something a little personal?
Of course.
Why is it that when I fail at something, I feel like nobody wants to hear me explain?
Effa, that's exactly why communication during failure is so important.
Explain.
When you fail, how you express your feelings, your thoughts, and your lessons can either help you grow or make things worse.
So, even in failure, communication matters?
Exactly. Failure isn't just about what went wrong, it's about what you say and how you handle it.
Okay, but why is talking about failure so important?
Because failure teaches lessons, and lessons only help if you share, reflect, and understand them.
So, staying silent keeps you stuck?
Yes, communication allows learning from mistakes, receiving guidance, maintaining relationships, building resilience.
What mistakes do people make when communicating in failure?
Many. The big ones are blaming others instead of explaining what happened, hiding the truth out of shame, overreacting emotionally, not reflecting on lessons learned.
Ah, so how you talk during failure can actually make things better or worse.
Exactly. Words plus tone plus attitude equals how people perceive your failure.
So, what should someone do when they fail?
Simple steps. Stay calm, don't panic or overreact. Explain honestly what happened and why. Take responsibility. Own your part without guilt. Ask for guidance. How can I improve next time? Reflect. What can I learn?
So, even failure can become a learning conversation.
Exactly. That's the power of communication.
Can you give me a real example?
Sure. Imagine a student fails a test. Mistake approach, it's the teacher's fault. To conflict, stress, no growth. Effective approach, I didn't prepare well. Can you help me improve? To guidance, trust, and learning.
So, communication transforms failure into growth.
Yes, and it works in life too. Jobs, sports, projects, friendships.
What about explaining failure to friends or family?
Use honesty, emotion, and reflection. I tried my best, but it didn't work. I feel disappointed, but I want to learn from this. Avoid blaming, excuses, or silence.
That sounds much better than staying quiet or lashing out.
It keeps relationships intact and shows maturity.
Honestly, learning this would have saved me a lot of stress.
Exactly. That's why we're sharing these lessons.
If you're learning how to communicate even when things go wrong,
Like this video and subscribe to Talk and Learn, because failure is just another step towards growth.
so the final lesson here,
Communicate honestly, calmly, and with reflection even when you fail.
because failure is not the end, it's a chance to grow.
Exactly.
Talk wisely, learn from mistakes, grows stronger. Hey, I always hear people say communication is key for leaders, but honestly, I don't get it.
That's because most people think leadership is about giving orders.
Right, but it's not?
No, leadership is about inspiring, guiding, and connecting, and that happens only through communication.
So a leader who can't communicate can't really lead?
Exactly. A leader with poor communication creates confusion, fear, or even resentment.
Okay, tell me clearly, why is communication so important in leadership?
Because leadership is influence. Influence comes from clarity, trust, and vision, all built with words, tone, and understanding.
So leadership isn't just about power, it's about connection.
Exactly. Leaders communicate to share vision, inspire action, resolve conflicts, build trust, motivate teams.
That makes sense. A leader who can't communicate, everyone just gets lost.
Yes, even the best ideas fail if no one understands them.
Do leaders make communication mistakes too?
Of course, some big ones are talking too much, listening too little, not giving clear directions, ignoring team feedback, using tone or ego poorly, avoiding difficult conversations.
Wow, even leaders mess up?
Yes, leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about learning and adapting.
Communication in team settings. How should leaders communicate with their teams?
Several ways. Clarity first, everyone should understand the goal. Active listening, acknowledge questions and ideas. Empathy, connect emotionally with team members. Consistency, repeated messages reinforce vision. Encourage dialogue. Two-way communication is stronger than one-way commands.
So, leadership is not just talking, it's listening too.
Exactly. Listening turns leaders into trusted guides.
Communication style for leaders. Are there? Hey, I've been thinking, why is communication such a big deal?
Because how you talk, listen, and express yourself affects almost everything in life. Your relationships, work, school, even how you feel about yourself.
Wow, so even something as small as a message or a conversation can change a lot?
Exactly. And today, we're going to dive into some really important aspects of communication.
Sounds exciting. Okay, first question. How does communication tie into self-respect?
Self-respect and communication go hand in hand. When you speak clearly, set boundaries, or express your opinions confidently, you're showing respect for yourself.
So saying no politely is part of self-respect?
Exactly, and it doesn't have to hurt others. For example, instead of, I can't do this because I don't want to, you can say, I appreciate the offer, but I won't be able to take it on right now.
Wow, that feels polite and strong at the same time.
Yes, and respecting yourself encourages others to respect you too.
So self-respect in communication is about being honest, calm, and confident.
Absolutely, that's the core of it.
Now, what about communicating online? It feels so tricky.
The digital world changes everything. Tone, emotion, and context can get lost in messages, emails, or social media posts.
Yeah, I've sent a text before and it got completely misunderstood.
Exactly. That's why clarity is key. Use proper words, emojis if necessary, and make sure your message reflects your emotion accurately.
So even a short message like, I'm fine, can be misinterpreted?
Yes, the person reading it might think you're upset, bored, or indifferent. Adding context like, I'm fine, just a bit tired today, avoids confusion.
Oh, that makes sense. So communication in the digital world is like being extra careful with your words.
Exactly. Plus, always respect others online, just like you would in person.
Now, talking to elders sometimes makes me nervous. How should I do it properly? Hey, I've been thinking. Everyone says communication is important, but why?
Because how you talk, listen, and express yourself affects almost everything. Your relationships, school, work, even your confidence.
Wow, so even small conversations can change a lot?
Exactly. And today, we're going to explore how communication impacts every part of life and how you can do it better.
Sounds exciting.
And before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Talk and Learn because every conversation can teach you something new.
So, why do people think communication is so important?
Communication helps us connect, share ideas, understand others, and solve problems. Without it, even the best ideas can fail.
Really? Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine you have a great school project idea, but don't explain it clearly to your team. What happens?
They wouldn't understand and the project might fail.
Exactly. Communication is the bridge between ideas and results. It affects relationships, education, confidence, and success.
So, even daily conversations are part of it?
Absolutely. Every word you speak, every message you send, every tone you use matters.
People still make mistakes, right?
Oh yes. 3 big mistakes are tone, ego, and assumptions.
Can you explain?
Sure. Tone is how you say something. Even kind words can hurt if your tone is harsh.
Like texting in all caps.
Exactly. Ego is when you focus only on yourself and not on listening. It makes conversations one-sided.
And assumptions.
Assumptions are guessing what the other person thinks instead of asking. It leads to misunderstandings.
Ah, so we need clear words, humility, and questions.
Exactly. That's the secret to avoiding communication mistakes.
Sometimes I speak more than I listen. Is that bad?
Yes and no. Speaking is important, but listening is even more crucial.
Why?
Because understanding comes from listening. If you don't listen, your responses may be off target.
So silence is useful too.
Absolutely. Pausing, thinking, and then speaking makes your communication stronger.
Got it. Listen first, then speak.
Exactly.
And what about emotions?
Emotions are part of communication. How you express feelings through words, tone, and body language affects how others perceive you.
So if I'm angry, I shouldn't just yell.
Right. You can say, I feel frustrated because, instead of shouting.
Ah, so emotional communication is about expressing feelings clearly without hurting anyone.
Exactly.
What about kids? Do they need to learn this too?
Yes, communication for kids is essential. It helps them make.
So why is it that some people succeed just by talking well?
Communication connects ideas, solves problems, and builds trust. Without it, even the best skills or plans fail.
Can you give an example?
Imagine a group project at school. You have a brilliant idea, but if you can't explain it clearly, your team won't follow.
And the project might fail?
Exactly. Communication is the bridge between ideas and results.
Wow, so even small conversations matter.
Yes, in relationships, school, work, and personal growth.
Okay, I get it now. It's everywhere. But people still mess up sometimes, right?
Oh, yes. 3 big mistakes: tone, ego, and assumptions.
Tone?
How you say something matters as much as what you say. Even kind words can hurt if your tone is harsh.
Like texting in all caps or sounding bossy?
Exactly. Then there's ego, focusing only on yourself, not listening. That makes conversations one-sided.
And assumptions?
Guessing what the other person thinks instead of asking. Misunderstandings start there.
Got it. Clear words, humility, and questions.
Exactly.
Can we try a mini role play for tone?
Sure. Imagine I say, "You didn't finish your homework."
I might feel criticized.
But if I say, "I noticed you didn't finish your homework. Can I help you plan it?" It's much more positive.
Wow, just tone changes everything. Sometimes I feel like I speak too much and listen too little.
That's common. Speaking is important, but listening first is even more valuable.
Why?
Because understanding comes from listening. If you don't listen, your response might be off target.
So silence can be powerful?
Absolutely. Pausing, thinking, and then speaking makes your communication stronger.
Got it. Listen first, then speak. What about emotions?
Emotions are key. Your words, tone, and body language communicate feelings.
So if I'm angry, I shouldn't just yell.
Right. You can say, "I feel frustrated because," instead of shouting.
That sounds much better.
Emotional communication is about expressing feelings clearly and respectfully.
What about kids? Should they learn this too?
Yes, communication skills help kids make friends, succeed in school, and express themselves confidently.
How can they practice?
Through storytelling, role play, asking questions, and sharing feelings.
Wow, we've covered so much today. From why communication is important, avoiding mistakes, listening versus speaking, emotional awareness, talking to kids and elders, handling failure, leadership, self-respect, to even online communication.
Exactly. And the key takeaway is simple. Clear, respectful, confident, and thoughtful communication can change your life. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn and grow.
Honestly, I feel like I've learned so many practical tips I can start using right now.
And your viewers can too. So if you found this video helpful and want to keep learning how to communicate better every day,
Don't forget to like this video.
and make sure to subscribe to Talk and Learn for more tips, examples, and practical lessons on communication that you can use in your school, work, and everyday life.
Also, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
Remember, great communication starts with small steps: listening carefully, speaking clearly, respecting yourself and others, and always learning.
So let's all practice, talk, and learn every day.
Like, subscribe, and start your journey with Talk and Learn today.
Because your words, your tone, and your listening can truly change everything.
See you in the next video.